Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah. Stop that. Come on. Stop pressing. Yeah. See, the children was once raised by a village. The elders fell asleep, so the future lost and sinners. Took under the wing by gimmicks and false image, but we bringing them back. Folks is the business from here to finish. No guidance, no growth, no strength, no power, no success, no question about it. Returning to essence without viewer discretion. Love is the message that we bring from the watchtower. StopCussing.com, coming to get down. Tonya E, a.k.a. Miss Right Now. Principal, legendary, organized confusion. Nasty habits, entertainment, keeping it moving. We stop cussing. Stop cussing. Stop cussing. Give me the shorty. Stop cussing. Let me holler at you. Stop cussing. Nah. Stop cussing. We don't need that, folks. Stop cussing. Yeah. What? Stop cussing. Nah. Stop cussing. Stop cussing. Tonya E.
Welcome. You are listening to Women of God and Sisters of Testimonies. I'm your host, Tonya E., a.k.a. Miss Right Now. Just wanted to let you all know we seem to be having a technical difficulty with Blog Talk Radio in the sign-in process. Been trying to log in since 10 minutes to 10, and we have our special guest, Doreen Wade, that called in and was on hold, so we don't know exactly what's going on. But be honest with you, fam, I guess it's with this the free host not going to the premium account. So bear with us, and just wanted to call in and let you all know that we were on time to have our show. And Doreen, thank you for calling in. And it seems that we're going to have to reschedule our interview because of Blog Talk Radio and their technical difficulties on telling us how to log in now on some IE8. Wasn't having a problem a little bit early this morning, but just so happens now time to log in, we're having an issue. So, Women of God, this is a Testimonies family. I want to thank you and yours for tuning in. Today is Tuesday, and regardless upon the attacks come about, we still stand firm and stand on the front line. We will not be moved. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Tonya E., a.k.a. Miss Right Now, and if it's in God's will, and we get this cleared up with Blog Talk Radio and its new sign-in system, we will be back, I believe it's Thursday, with Native politician, scientist, and community activist Cedric Scott. So please check the listings. And again, we apologize for the technical difficulties that we had no idea we would endure. However, we will get this together and return. Have a blessed-filled Tuesday, and with all that you do, be a blessing to someone new. Have a blessed day. Doreen?
Can you hear
Doreen?
me?
Okay, I can hear you, honey. Okay, here we go. Family, Women of God, Sisters of Testimonies, we are back. And before we introduce, I guess it seems like we only have 10 minutes, but Doreen, I want to thank you for, being patient with us. Like I said, I don't know what went on with this situation here, and it seems we only have 10 minutes. So tell our Women of God, Sisters of Testimonies who you are and your and what you're bringing to share with us today within this 9 minutes.
Well, my name is Doreen Wade, and I am the publisher and CEO of an online news magazine called NE Informer, doing business as New England Informer. And I'm just bringing you information on if you want to know what the largest disseminator of minority news is, I am here.
Okay. Well, Doreen, being that we was, thrown off track a little bit, we're going to actually keep our interview going because it may go off air. However, we could still be able to talk after that. So that's what we'll do if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Okay, thank you so much. So then let's take this back then. This is how it was supposed to happen. So you all know who Doreen is, and we're going to come back with Doreen. So let's first start how we normally do. We already played our anthem, and we have to give thanksgiving to our Trinity team, our Heavenly Father, our Savior Jesus Christ, and our assigned Holy Spirit. Without them, there is no us. I want to welcome you and yours for tuning in and standing by through our technical difficulties. Thank you very much, Blog Talk Radio. We appreciate all of that. And today's scriptures are coming from James 1, 2 through 8, 21 through 26, and Psalms 25, 1 through 5. And we are saluting our Black History Moment. And with that, I have a special song I want to play for you all. And this goes out to our descendants, our ancestors, our fallen soldiers, our men and women of God in the army of God. You know, our women and women of God and Sisters of Testimonies family, Doreen, and some of the our ancestors that paved the way. Look here, ancestors that paved the way. And for the Black History Moment, we give a salute to Benjamin Banneker, George Washington Carver, Ida B. Wells, Idella Battle Ellington, which is my grandma. So hold on tight. This is a song coming from Danielle Scott and Element Soul. And the name of the song is Rise, and she is actually from the hometown of Boston, Doreen. So hold on tight, family. Take a listen to this.
Many marched for you, many fought for you, many cried for you, many died for you. I'm a soldier, I go the distance too. Will I be a legend, or will I be a king? So will I be like those who broke their backs for you? Can't even remember their names. Children have died while y'all still acting too. Walking the fields of flame. Face the name, so tell me who is that? Who told you to stand, but you're complaining that you're black. And you can't get ahead all because of your race. That you ain't willing to run anyway. Shut up! I don't want an excuse. Any change that happens has to happen in you. So close your lips, button it. I don't want to hear it. All that I want you to do is rise. My people rise. Come on. Hey, come on. We need to rise. Sometimes I feel Malcolm died in vain, King died in vain, Jesus died in vain. Cause folks still stay the same and we keep the struggle. But without it, there's no progress. Power and might lose its depth until we are left with nothing but shadows of people we once were. Women, the valor, children, the laughter, the hope we were after once, protected by men of bravery. We're giving up freedom in exchange for daily slavery. And your own mind's hypotheses is what you under siege. And the real conspiracy is the theories you conceive. Whereby your mastermind, you put yourself back in yourself. You're looking for the man who does look at your face. It was your own time that shot and buried your brother. We still from our own community and sell out each other. Now I'm not saying that injustice is your imagination, but how can we change it? You avoid confrontation, cause your actions speak louder than any words I've ever heard. And the freedom cry from someone not in bondage is absurd. You didn't have to just break down with holders every day. Take down with police dogs, dissipate your children's ways, victimize, prove the lies of so-called superior people. All this is justice to prove you had the right to be the equal. Now I know the present world ain't no walk in the park, but we should be a whole lot better for all the battles that we fought. Time was we used to invest back in the neighborhood, and if it took a whole village to raise a child, you know we would. Now we run down to the store to buy the latest Tommy coat, but can't seem to take the time to vote. Now if I gotta be free, the only way to do that is to me. And if the next generation sees it, maybe they can believe that they can rise.
Danielle Scott and Element Soul from Boston. And when I seen that young lady perform about 4 years ago, I just knew, she was destined for success. And she's doing her thing. Now she's living in New York, so I wanted to share that song with you all. And before we get back with our special featured guest, Doreen Wade, we'd like for you to listen to their commercial. We'll be right back. You listen to Women of God and Sisters of Testimonies. I'm your host, Tonya E., a.k.a. Miss Right Now.
When was the last time you read a journal or newspaper which educated you about information to empower you and your community? We are your alternative, the New England Informer, Boston's best and only monthly news magazine serving Boston and beyond. What you read should inform, educate, and stimulate the mind. Look at our name, New England Informer. We're a buffet serving various subjects which can, may, or will affect you, your family, and your neighborhood. Read the articles. Make your decision. We won't force feed you. It's all in your hands, the New England Informer. We do in 1 month more than our competitors do in a week. We will present topics to impact. We don't preach, we teach. Knowledge is our power. Our motto is, the difference between success and failure is education. Try New England Informer. You won't be disappointed. Pick up a copy at locations throughout your city or go online at www.neinformer.net. New England Informer. Be empowered with knowledge.
Yeah, check it.
Welcome back, Doreen Wade of NewEnglandInformer.net. That's how we like to bring you on the show. How are you doing, sister?
I'm doing fine, thank you. And you?
I am blessed. Woo-wee. That little test right there, and that's actually one of the scriptures speak about being tested and what we're supposed to do. So that's that patience. So, again, through it all, we are here. So, Doreen, again, I want to thank you so much for giving us this time out of your schedule to speak with our listeners. And as you spoke briefly before we had to bring you back, and that's a beautiful commercial. So, that itself will tell our listeners upon what your NewEnglandInformer.net is about. So let's get into some other things, Doreen. Can we?
Yes, we can.
Thank you very much. So, what made you come? What made you come up with the concept of NewEnglandInformer.net, Doreen?
Well, basically, for many years, I noticed that there was a lack of quality news, and by that I mean material that uplifts, educates, and informs you, not just entertains you. So I started doing some research, and after doing research, I came up with a print version. Since the economy has gone bad, I went straight online, and going online gave me the opportunity to offer my community more information and better information, more quality information, and a larger outreach because I now am global.
Wonderful. Global is big. Global. That is big. That is big. And being that you're from Boston, Doreen, tell us a little bit, give us a little history upon, what Boston, Massachusetts is like, and history upon how it is to be from Boston, the history of Boston. Give our listeners a little background upon what we should know about Boston, Massachusetts, and what has been from then until now.
Boston is a very interesting place. That's what I'll say right now. But it's a very educational state. It gave me the opportunity to learn in a various amount of arenas that I will give it credit for. Boston has made a lot of changes, which is one of the reasons why I went into business, because we have very little news media services here. We've lost our only black radio station. It's going through an awful lot of changes, but I think that a lot of the people coming up today and a lot of the people getting educated today notice that there is a lack of in Boston, and they're making a lot of strides and a lot of changes, and I'm very proud of them. Not that I will be here much longer because I'll be relocating myself, but, I will miss them.
Okay, well, that's something that we need to speak of and letting our listeners know. And this is how we come together to inform each other what is happening because, we all, not everyone stay in the same place it was born and raised, and I speak that for myself. I never thought I would leave the Bronx, New York. However, God had a different plan for me. And being able to, as he has sent me to the foreign countries or the lands that I never touched grounds of living on, from South Carolina to now North Carolina, I see the big difference from where I was born and raised. So now, you're telling us about, a little bit about what Boston is like. Well, those that may not know about Boston, because I get some, news happenings of the many of things that's going on in the community of Boston, and they're not looking pretty, and we need to know this. So thank you for letting us know, and, we're going to wish you much more and blessings upon where it is that you do decide to go. However, what else should our listeners know in regards to NewEnglandInformer.net? Because you do have so many different cover stories and different writers. Tell our listeners about the writers, your contributing writers, and the different community community venues, I guess I can call them venues, that you all cover.
Well, basically what happened is, like we discussed, I started out in New England, and then I did a DBA, which is doing business as NE Informer, and I basically did that so that I wouldn't be stagnated as a media resource for Boston. Basically, NE Informer or New England Informer is a media service for anyone, anywhere. I have 40-plus writers all over the country, and basically what we do is we give you general information or specialized information that can cater to you, whether you're in Boston, New York, Texas, Chicago, or California, Australia, Paris. It doesn't matter where you are. The information that you will find in New England Informer or any Informer is basically for everyone. We started out catering to the black community. Now we have advanced from the black community to Hispanic and to Asian. So I cover all. This month, every month I try to do something so that you have a reason to come back. This month is Black History Month, although I believe that Black History Month is 365 days, which is one of the reasons why on my culture page we have Black History facts that go every month. So it's not just, you are not going to just get educated for the month, for the 28 days that we were allotted for this holiday. You are going to be educated 365 days. We also have medical, life, current events, and we have something that I believe needs to be catered to much more is we have a missing children and adult section.
And I'm so glad you touched on that because I was just about to ask you that. And so many of our children are being taken and abducted, and it is not shown on the media, as much as our counterparts, and it's unfortunate. However, thank you, and I commend you also for having that link so that if anyone child goes missing, they can contact you, and if any child goes missing, God forbid, 10 parents contact you, and if so, how would they be able to add their child or loved one? Because you have adults on there just the same.
Yes,
how would they be able to contact you?
Yes, because after a certain age, you're no longer a child. So you could be 19 years old. You can't go on the child page because you're considered under the law an adult. So we make sure that everyone is covered because there was a situation that I saw on Nancy Grace where a 19-year-old or 20, I think she is, was abducted. Somebody watched it, and it took the police department 18 days before they even did anything. We want to make sure that does not happen to the young people in our community. So basically, you can contact me at neinformer.net, well, neinformer@verizon.net. That's neinformer@verizon.net. We accept images and police information and descriptions, and we put that up. And if you go on at neinformer.net and you go to missing and adult sections, you'll see I keep it up maybe every 2 months, and then I rotate, and they keep coming back because I always go back. And we also like to know if children have been found. And I also have a relationship with the Missing and Exploited children's organization, so I at any time can go and research who is missing and put it up, which is what we do.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. And I commend you on that, Doreen. I sure do. Also, we talk a lot about youth, you and I, back and forth. You know my passion for children advocates and so forth and education and well-being. What message would you give a young person, young lady, that's looking into doing journalism and starting their own online community-based news online? What type of advice would you give a young person that has that vision of wanting to be just like you when they grow up?
Well, basically what I would tell them is the first thing, internship. I cannot say that enough to our community. Our youth do not do internships. We are educated, and then we are sent out into the world to basically take care of ourselves. So that's the first thing I would tell them. Get involved with any form of journalism you can, because whether it is radio, whether it is print, whether it is online, news is news. It's just how it is done, which is what you've got to learn. But if you start from the basics up and learn everything there is, I learned radio, I learned print, I learned news, I learned everything until I felt that I was able to go out on my own, and that's basically what you have to do, and you have to knock the doors down because no one is going to hand it to you on a silver platter, and no matter how depressed you get, no matter how many things go wrong, no matter how many times you think you're going to fail, you just got to keep going, brush yourself off, and keep striving.
That was the testimony right there. I felt that, Doreen. That was the testimony, and that's what we have to make sure we continue to instill in our kids. Nothing comes easy. You have to go through the trenches and the hard times and the rejections and people just saying no. But if that's what you feel is your passion, you have to continue to move forward.
Yes, and I have a youth page where I have a lot of articles. I have articles on how to deal with your parents, how your parents deal with you. Different things that I feel that the youth need to know, and it's all youth. It could be from babies to 18 years old, and I know that you and I are starting a collaboration, and I'm definitely helping to promote your organization, and I want a lot of people to stand up and get involved with your organization, because that is the one main thing we need to do. We need to all work together. Just because your organization does something and my magazine does another thing, that doesn't mean that we can't collaborate to best work at how to help the youth and adults, because adults need as much help today as the youth do.
Right, we have to make sure that, we get to it. First off, thank you so much for your support, Doreen. I appreciate it so much, and I'm humble with it. So, it comes from the bottom of my heart. And, just as you were speaking, adults, we cannot, and this is what adults need to understand, parents, and if you're a single mother, single dad, grandparents should be, able to vacation right now, being that they raise their own children. Unfortunately, so many are raising their grandchildren. However, we have to sit down at the table together to talk it out, and too many are not being talked to. They're being talked at. The same thing with the kids. And we're not trying to, as I spoke in our show before, I'm not trying to tell you how to live, dictate to you, you're supposed to do this, you should do this. We're just here to give you understanding and the know-hows, the tools, so that we don't have to stay in the situation where we're at right now. Our ancestors and descendants, as we spoke, have already paved the way and fought. Like Danielle Scott said, rise. Why are we right here where we are now? Because too many of us got too comfortable and we allowed everything else to seep into our homes.
I was going to say,
and we gave our rights.
Yes, It is easy to get up every day and go into a job and work and get a paycheck. But we need to expand beyond that, because I'm doing a 4-part series in my editorial department exactly on that for Black History Month. that we have become so passive and so happy at what we got that now we're turning around and say in Boston, for example, you go into the black community, you ride up the main street, there is no such thing as a 4-star restaurant that is black-owned. We barely have any black-owned clubs unless they're private by the fraternal organizations. We are losing our history every day because we've become so compassive and so comfortable in our so-called world that we think we live in.
Speaking truth, I'm so with you, Doreen. We have to rise. And I thank you so much, like I said, for your time, your testimony, your words of encouragement, your fight, your humbleness, your wisdom. Can I continue to go on?
No, you don't.
NewEnglandInformer.net.
You can contact me anytime you want because, like I said, we have so many departments. Tax time is coming up. There are so many people who don't know what they're supposed to do. We have a whole page dedicated to tax information to help you through this tax season. I mean, there is nothing that is not on there that I can't have, say, one of my writers call your show and talk you through and help you so that your listeners will be able to uplift, educate, and inform themselves so that they can go out and they can own.
Wonderful. Well, know that your writers have an open invitation as long as BlogTalkRadio don't try to shut us down.
You'll just get another BlogTalkRadio. That's all. There's a lot of resources out there.
And you are sure right. We don't stop. When one door closed, we know there are several doors open. And so, Doreen, we want to wrap up this interview, this I don't really like to call it interview, but breaking of the bread. And thank you again for sharing your time, your support, and your testimony. And as I said before, there's an open invitation for you and all your writers on our show because we are about building, uplifting, and empowering our community. You're listening to Women of God of Testimonies.
All your listeners do is call in and tell us what information they need to know, and we will get it for you, and we will get that person on the air if I have to come on myself and talk about it.
That's quite all right. And next time you come on, too, you have to bring one of those inspirational pieces that we spoke about, and unfortunately we didn't, it is what it is. But with this time, we are grateful.
Hey, it's me, Tyler. Bose open earbuds are stylish. The color, it looks almost like an earring. I feel like it could go with anything. The music I'm making right now feels like a holiday. I want to look like it, too. Check out Bose.com for more.
With the cold weather incoming, what's the obvious choice for a backyard upgrade? Hint, it's a Solo Stove. Solo Stoves are smokeless, and that's not blowing smoke. With the patented design with signature 360-degree airflow technology to feed the flames and burn off smoke before it gets into your hair or clothes. Create the perfect atmosphere this fall. With over 222,000 5-star reviews, Solo Stove is the ultimate fire pit. Just ask Snoop Dogg. With countless sizes, there's a Solo Stove for every backyard. From tabletop fire pits to pizza ovens and even fire pits designed to sit 8+ people, there's something for everyone. With a lifetime warranty, enjoy the comfort of your 100% stainless steel fire pit without the worry of it breaking. Solo Stoves are built to last, not just for the season, but forever. Get yours now at solostove.com.